Hey everybody, it's Last Robokai here, and it's time for some more Fate Samurai Remnant with the Yaku Sword Chronicles. Last time we went to Nihonbashi, and we discovered that there is an absolutely terrible, horrible, vacuuming creature going out there just eating everybody's food. But enough about Saber. We're heading off to Okachimachi now. Apparently, Kukenoshin, the evil twin of Sukenoshin, that's not actually true either, is hiding away, and he's under guard of the assailants? No, the assassinators. The assailants are the monsters, but they're also the assassinators.
Still the weirdest frickin' name.
Yeah, it's a whole lot, and we're gonna go confront him and perhaps save him from his own bodyguards, because yeah, they seem to be aligned with whoever's doing the killing. I guess we're just gonna have to take a look at that. Obviously, as you all heard, I'm joined by Cool Guy.
Yeah, and I'm pleased that we hard shifted course into telling the truth, so we didn't go into another situation like when you were talking about Methnito on one of your streams.
It's fine. He's real. You can't disprove
He's
it.
totally real, guys.
I'll will him into existence if I have to. I'll just be like, yeah, let's get stuck straight in.
For the Christ. Suddenly very alone and exposed.
おお先生、ようやくいらしてくださいましたが、
Well, this sensei.
このままではそれがしの命が危ないのです。どうかお守りくだされ、それがしを。
迫るか、この御徒町。
そうなのでございます。先生のおっしゃる通り、辻斬りは腕に覚えあるもの。あの男こそがそれがしを狙う下手人。しかも同心らの話によれば、腕の立つ子分を2人も引き連れているとか。先生のお弟子も皆奴らにやられたのか、後を追ったまま戻ってこず。
子分だと
That's the word you take exception to.
奴らは一歩また一歩と我が元へ。
案ずるな、格之進殿。下手人老頭、尾張柳生の敵ではない。
さすがは先生、大先生。なんと心強きことの葉か。
今再び我が弟子を預けておく。好きに使うがよい。
おお、なんとありがたい。
では、俺は行く。
Out of the frying pan and into the fire, but you know,
任せた。
he doesn't know that yet.
よい。
お頼み申しますぞ。先生こそが最後の砦。この辻斬り騒動に幕を引けるのは比類なき見才をお持ちの先生だけなのです。
He really just yells it out like that, huh?
Just truly top of his lungs.
随分。
Feels like he should have been like bowing with his nose to the dirt
貴様
there.
に言われずとも、確かにこの手で果たしてくれる。
But we had just gotten a little bit of confirmation, though, about the Owari. They were the Yagu of Owari were sort of a different school of the time, and rivals to the Edo branch. So we're getting even more Yagu messed up in this.
さて、どうしたものか。
Just layers and layers of Yagu.
難しい顔だな、より。
If only it was Wagyu instead, then it would just be delicious.
なあ、立ち回りをいささかな。配下の目をかいくぐり、格之進殿を見つける。そこまではいい。問題はその後だ。いかにして格之進殿を解き伏せるか。
なんだ、そんなことか。格之進は明らかに辻斬りに関わっている。そこをつけばよい。
Yeah, that'll definitely do it.
だが、
God, and you used to call frickin' Iori
とするもの。
stupid.
それをイオリ殿は案じておられる。であろう。なんだ、そういう時は。
切るのはダメだ。殺すな。
This is why Saber really wasn't that worried. Just like violence is always an option, and Iori's over here just trying to reassure everyone, himself most of all, there is always another way.
弱い。
Iori is right to be concerned. He worries that he doesn't have just enough.
そう真っ向会いたいし精神を見せるほかあるま
So
い
in the end, it comes down to his word towards a magistrate who probably doesn't believe it.
ほう。
格之進殿も人の子なれば心を尽くし訴えればあるいはということもあろう。ここは乗るか反るか勝負をかけてみるも一興かと。
いいな。私はそういうのはかなり好きだ。
You would.
だが、いおりは乗らぬだろうな。
He
Saber's
shouldn't.
annoyed
常で
face.
あれば乗らぬ無謀だが。
It's an immensely reckless plan.
となれば、あるい
Okay,
は
whatever.
その提案乗った。
なんと。
決まりだ。誠の下手人が現れるより早く肩をつけようぞ。
ああ。
おお。いおりもそんな気になることがあるとは。
He's decided to be stupid this time
Ioriが
because
心
he
変わりする
respects
前に
Midori that much.
格之進の
you know,
もとへ
whichever.
たどり着くぞ。
They haven't exactly got a huge number of options anyway.
They don't, but still, like not having a huge number of options isn't an excuse for taking the option. I might shit the bed. Shitting the bed isn't better than not shitting the bed.
久しい。では、いおり殿。
It's funnier
あ
though.
行こ
It is a lot funnier.
Ultimately, it's Iori who has to deal with all this. He might have ulterior motives in it as
お
well.
勝ち待ち。
No joke.
狐の面を得たのもここだったか。
So yeah, just doing a quick phase out there because that was me finally getting Okachimachi to work. After and then I had to go run and do something else, so I just did a
Yeah.
briefer. But you gotta understand, I went through a lot. I'm going through a
Yeah,
lot.
I remember this was around the same time you were talking about the game just like completely horking up, and you were worried that it was gonna like corrupt your save as well and some other
Yeah,
stuff.
I was just really, really worried that it was going to make it, so I just could not play this game anymore. And it was like, you do not want to be 60 episodes deep into a Let's Play and suddenly have
That is-
everything explode. Like,
that
I already
is
had Soulstorm do that to me, and
heartbreaking.
that was heartbreaking. I wanted to play Soulstorm really badly, and the fact that it all sort of collapsed out from under me was just like, I can't do this.
Yeah. Honestly, though, Soulstorm, I can't say it came as a giant surprise. Even on release, that game was kind of glued together. And it wasn't good glue either. It was like Elmer's. It's the crap that the weird kid ate in your elementary school.
Yeah, they did like a re-release of Soulstorm, but I don't know if it actually fixed the game or not.
I imagine it might have fixed the game for about 6 months, because it's usually the way that those modernization efforts go. Like, there has been a number of them that were fan-led and so forth, and they all went about the same way. They absolutely would work fantastic for about 6 months, and then video drivers would upgrade again, and like both AMD and Nvidia would do some other new paradigm that gave them another 5 frames in the newest AAA game, and completely break all of the legacy stuff that they were hacking to get together for things like Dawn of War 1. Like, it is what it is.
It sucks. I will say also, game will not let us use meta knowledge of the cutscenes to go on ahead of the story. Iori and Co do not know.
Is that what you
Kukenoshin
were
is-
trying to do?
I wanted
Crawl-
to see what would happen, and
All right.
Iori's like, "No, I'm not going in the hole."
Kukenoshin impressing kids by chasing off a stray dog. You know what? I'll give it to him. Like that's like people laugh about the city dog catcher, but there's a reason that the city employs a dog catcher in so many cultures, okay? Like,
格之進ではないか
there's a reason why that exists in the first place.
配下を連れずに出歩くか。ただの不用心とも思えんが、この機を逃す手はない。行こうセイバー、宗則殿。
なんとも逃げ足の速い。
I mean, he's in fear of his life.
待て
宮本伊織成敗。
邪魔だな。
貴様らにかかずらう
Oh, and now they're Yagyu assailants. What?
Oh, okay.
Weren't they assassinators before? I'm so confused.
I mean, that was what the text box said.
油断し
燃え盛る
I will never understand the intricacies of the Yagyu sword style. Being able to switch between assassinator and assailant at any given moment.
It's a little bit like how you switch stances. Okay, you should just be happy that you're not getting afterglow on enemies. Yes, fire stance still MVP. Freaking cut some dude 4 or 5 times. Down you go. You're done. Just sit down. I do appreciate how they made the mooks the ones in black hats and the straw hat ones with life bars.
The fancier the hat.
The closer to God.
I like the straw hats. I love Japan's hat game. It's always been pretty
Dude,
top tier.
when I lived in Japan for a little while, I was homestaying with some farmers, and they gave me the chance to wear just like the straw shade cones. Those are fucking amazing. Like don't get it twisted. I would absolutely love to see that become a thing, like worldwide. Like just freaking. It gets so, particularly like I live in Kansas City. It gets freaking hot in the summer around here. Like having one of those like shade cone hats in the middle of summer would be brilliant. I would love those. You would look like a complete freaking fool because nobody else wears it, so you can't do it. But like, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's a wonderful design.
Well, Saber just did what you described, being the only person wearing a silly piece of headgear.
Yeah, I mean,
made the Japanese sound for a fox, which is kon, I guess, and ran off.
Sure, why not? That's what the fox says in Japanese, anyway.
追い詰めてはみたが、この格之進殿、本物か否か。おっと、そこ動くなよ、あんたたち。
Sure.
助之進。
これも仕事だ。恨まねえでくれ。俺にも俺の保つべき体面ってのがある。
おお、よく言った。ならば切り合うより他あるまい。
おお、やれるもんなら。
Iori's reaction.
Here he comes.
No, really, we're actually doing
Here he comes.
The unscrupulous official. Unscrupulous. Man, that's harsh. If he goes down in one hit, I'm gonna laugh my ass off. Okay. No, he has not. He's frickin' Iori. He at least took more than one individual hit. He had more than 1 HP.
賢明だ助之進。これ以上はまずい。
だろうよ。あんたの強さはやっぱり本物だな。
待て、来て。その の声色は。
話は後にしよう、イオリ殿。命惜しくば下がっておれ。
It's delightful that Iori and Iori continue to address each other as Dono and nothing.
水の型でいく。
For what it's worth, just in case I haven't spoken about, we haven't spoken about this before. In terms of Japanese honorifics and so forth, Dono is it's an archaic term. You don't use it in modern Japanese at all.
揺るがぬ血のごとく。
The translation of Lord whoever is pretty analogous. Like it's a term of official legitimacy.
And you know, just
all right. Well then,
no one's a big lord no more.
Chump.
Yeah, we're just gonna cleave through the rest of these monsters. My general assumption of Kukenoshin's appearance was just to stop more assailants turning up. I guess I'm not really sure, or just to cover up the fact that he was there, so that like you know, wasn't gonna get in trouble for not doing his job.
I guess.
Unfortunately for Kukenoshin, his doubles are tired of dealing with his shit.
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Yeah.
Like an excuse as sympathetic as it is old.
ようやく片付いたか。行こう。宗則殿。
To say he's holed up means that I guess he wasn't the other person either.
It's a classic shell game scam. Like what? Like if you are able to put up two fakes, why would you also put out the real one? Why not just put out three fakes?
Yeah, never put out the real one. That's putting yourself at risk. It's still a 1 in 3 chance you'll get caught.
Find the queen, get some green. Well, the queen just disappeared up the dealer's sleeve, so you know. Don't worry about that.
故に実に良い。
俺の。
Munenori's got some interesting observations.
Yeah,
about Iori's stance.
probably.
何？牢屋の座。
Doddering old man says the incredibly young version of Yagyu Munenori.
失敬。
Yeah.
とついでにもう一つ。果たして貴殿の目に我が剣はどう映るかな？
More hints as to what the true ending is going to turn out to be, I suppose.
結構。我ら剣士ならばことの葉でなく剣にて語らうが道理であろう。貴殿の胸の内はことが片付いたその時にその二頭より聞き出すとしよ
う。機会があればな。
戻ったぞ、イオリ。こちらの格之進は偽物であったが、聞き出したぞ。誠の格之進の居所だ。いいか、奴は
隠し穴に潜んでいる。
The hiding down a hole thing just flashed the Saddam Hussein meme through my head with Kukenoshin.
I mean, I kind of like that.
Just freaking air hole, Kakunoshin.
Maybe a couple of assailants dotted around. An assassinator. And technically, we do have to crawl through a hole to get to him. As did the mysterious sensei. He would likely have had to do that as well.
I do appreciate you're just like running past the speed of sound. Like Sonic the Hedgehog would have been proud of your speed, and then you were just like, no, the cat needs to be pet. I mean, I agree. I'm not criticizing. I'm just.
It is important to remember you don't just get a little bit of health, but you also get affinity meter. So it's never a bad idea to pet one. And you know, where I could go around petting every single one repeatedly, I try to stick to the ones where I haven't yet. Alright, here we go. Confrontation time.
This should be good.
This causes no end of headaches.
I wonder if Saber would be so crass as to teleport through if they were doing tea ceremony.
なぜだ。なぜ貴様がここにいる。さては連中が存じだな。
Get what you pay for, bro.
先生。
What we hear, you ain't been paying people enough.
それがしには先生がついておるとも。先生、先生。
格之進殿、落ち着いてくれ。俺たちは貴殿と話を。
黙らっしゃい。上様に仕えしそれがしを切ろうとは卑怯せんばん。
Iori's reaction.
Iori's just like, I'm not even gonna get a chance to make a heartfelt plea.
いずれここには誠の辻斬りが現れるぞ。
その手には乗らんぞ、辻斬りどもめ。それがしを守ってくださるのはただ一人、我が先生のみよ。先生、先生、どうかそれがしをお助けくだされ。
Probably should have blocked the hole.
Yeah, like put your henchmen in front of
格之
them.
進め。なるほど。いおりが悩んでみせるわけだな。
This was literally the single most likely thing to happen.
格之進。
Oh.
Somebody in high stance over there. Oh.
まだ来るか。知れ者どもめ。
時が惜しい。峰打ちにて済ませるが構わぬな。
ああ、切り抜けるぞ。
Yes, oh, there's a lot more now. The famous back of the blades trick. This comes up as a funny sort of joke often in Fate Grand Order in like the early stages of the singularities, because you're fighting against people who are essentially not your enemies, but they're like in a panic at the time, and you're like, let's use the backs of our weapons, like when we're fighting them, and you're talking to your main like servant assistant Mash who uses a shield. It's like, what, use the backside of the shield, man? What?
Yeah, that's sort of the opposite of what you want to do.
They kind of joke about it in the story as well, but it's just like the general idea is, you know, just don't go for the kill.
強い魔力だな。いおり殿。
Toggle non-lethal attacks like in friggin' D&D 5e.
サーバントか。
I mean, it's a fairly, you know, famous, series of Rurouni Kenshin.
Right.
Details, you know, a character who quite intentionally has had his sword made so it is reversed. So fighting normally is using the blunt side of the blade.
And that, like, for what it's worth, because you're using a curved blade and everything like that, trying to invert the blade or use backstrokes is incredibly awkward. Like, it's part of the reason why this became a meme is because to fight non-lethally like that with kendo and the curved swords that it uses, you're putting yourself at an absolutely massive handicap. Like, it sucks. Like, even after you hit something, it's like it feels wrong, and you're twice as likely to lose a good grip on your blade.
Sensei. 何故それがしよ
You died as you lived. Annoying.
先生とやら格之進をやったのは貴様だな。 答えよ、格之進を。
久しいな叔父上。
ああ、やはり拙者を呼ぶのはお前だったか。久しいな、尾張の柳生俊義。
尾張柳生の
It is worth noting in the story, the Makai Tensho, Yagyu Toshiwashi of Owari is the third Yagyu of the story, one along with Munenori, who becomes a demon.
しかして英霊にもあらず、無念を秘めて迷う
It seems he is a ghost.
亡霊なり。
隔離用のもの。随分とはっきりと像を結んでいるな。吹けば飛ぶ。
If something like that
Should have brought
inexplicably
a known
happens.
Myoji.
ことここに至って回りくどいの
Yeah,
は
well, I'm just gonna say that something inexplicable like this happens, we can probably just blame it on the energies flowing around from the waxing moon
Sure, why
ritual.
not?
仕業か。
そうだと言ったら
わからぬはずもなかろうに。
Yeah,
無論
that's a silly question to ask.
そうかならば来い。
Boss fight, boss fight, boss fight.
剣の前に散れ。
たぎっているな、終わりの。ではこちらも加減は。
The primary motivation behind Toshiyoshi joining Alliance of the Regenerative Demon is because there was a fair bit of rivalry between Edo and Owari.
Yep.
They were often seen, the Edo school was often seen as getting far too much favor, far too much celebrity status, far too many riches. And Toshiyoshi, considering himself more than capable of matching Munenori, chafed under the fame his rival received. So I can see why he might die with regrets and become a ghost.
江戸柳生も侮られたもの。この程度で拙者が膝をつくとでも。真なる剣を見せよ、終わりの。いや、江戸を震わせし大立ちの武者よ。
やはりこの姿では足りぬか。
There we go. That's more like it.
そうだ。
You know, I had a situation recently where I had to explain the mythological context behind Hanzo Hattori, the first like pipe smoking toad form in Neo to some people who were just like, wow, that's so random, and I'm just like, it's actually not. There's like 4 or 5 different memes that are all merging into that to make one incredibly cool boss if you know what it's referencing. Kind of similar to this.
But that was an interesting turn of events.
Yeah, just show yourself off as a returned revenant, and then refuse to follow up. Like, that's unusual behavior.
やはり違うか。
あやつめ、悶着なしに小野が所業を認める。
That's the funny thing. He didn't really, did he?
まさしく大立ちの武者であったな、柳生俊義。
In fact, his statement was, I have no interest in killing anybody but you.
Right.
宗則殿、貴殿は分かっていたな。柳生俊義こそが大立ちの武者の正体であると。
さよう、品川あたりにてすでに予感めいたものはあった。死の大立ちは血のみを欲す。刺客がよこしたあのことづては、奴なりの挨拶代わりだったのだろう。 己が存在を拙者に思わせ必ず負わせんとするためのな。
ふむ、なんとも執着されたものだな。
Which begs the question, why not just come for
思
him?
えば無理もなし。
ほ
何、よくある話よ。
It does not,
文
Munenori.
化を賜り
It does
柳生新影流
not.
のを継ぎし終わり柳生。その当主たる年吉は常日頃江戸柳生を、いや、拙者を目の敵
Yeah, it's just totally natural for there to be a split in teaching
かなえの
and
三脚そして
for rivals to develop and for both men to not try
江戸柳
the
生と
slightest
柳生の
hint of reconciliation. This happens all the time. No, it does not. This is something that happens over the course of decades.
兵
Shut
庫之助が
up.
辻斬りを成したはおそらく拙者をおびき寄せるためであろう。主なきはぐれとして限界した拙者だ。探し当てるのは骨が折れ
I'm
る。
not so sure that's true.
故におびき寄せ切らんと考えた。生前晴らせぬ無念憎き江戸柳生を両断するというわけだ。
ちとはままならぬな。
しかし
Oh, no one knows that better than Saber.
奴の無念を受け止めるのは我が役に。
Yeah, well, like that one. Okay, like Saber's speaking from experience. I'm still not exactly convinced of
Saber.
Munenori's explanations and
愛す
conclusions
まぬ
here.
が。
なあ分かっている。どうあれ辻斬りは止めるとも。共に行かぬよしは
Call
な
me
い。
biased because
浅草へと
Iori
行こう
also was just like looked at the body and said something's not right here, or just chalk it up to me playing way too many detective games.
There are still more questions to be raised yet, because or questions to be answered, because we definitely haven't got the full picture for everything yet. There are still some little extra pieces left to be slot in, and you might be surprised who's going to deliver them to us, because next time is the finale for the Yagyu Sword Chronicles. We will be finding out who the true perpetrator of all of this is, if it is indeed our fella from the Ohari Yagyu, or if it's somebody else. We still have many. I still think it's Iori. hasn't exactly ruled him out yet. You don't know. But yeah, we will be rounding all of this up next time. And so I've been the Last Robokai,
And I have been Cool Guy.
and we will be wrapping a little bit on this next time. So yeah, see you all for more Fate Samurai Remnant, Yagyu Sword Chronicles.